Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and a very happy Lunar New Year to all my brothers and sisters in the Elite 170. It is February 13, 2026, and the air is thick with the smell of bakwa and the electric energy of the fire horse galloping into our lives. If you have been watching the markets lately, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because the Straits Times index is currently sitting right on that psychological magnet of 5,000 points. It is a historic moment for Singapore, a massive milestone that many of us have been waiting years to see. But while everyone else is out there popping champagne and celebrating the surface numbers, we need to have a serious talk about what is happening behind the scenes. The headlines today are absolutely buzzing with festive cheer because of the Budget 2026 announcements, specifically that shiny headline promising that Singaporeans are going to receive up to $1,100 in CPF top-ups. Now, on the surface, this looks like a classic win for the sandwich generation and our pioneers. But you know how we do things here at the Investing Iguana. We do not just read the big bold font on the front page of the newspapers. We get into the basement and we audit the plumbing of these policies. We need to look at the liquidity lock, the means testing traps, and the forensic math that separates a genuine cash flow boost from a long-dated liability. Welcome to the pit. I'm Iggy, your guide through the Singapore market jungle, where our community of 6,000 plus strong hunts for the alpha that mainstream media misses. In this game, timing is everything. The gap between a winning entry and holding the bag is often just 48 hours. And waiting 14 days for the free old news version means the trade is usually gone before you even hit play. By joining the Elite 170 in my inner circle, you move to the front of the pack with 0-day access to every deep dive the second it's rendered, plus the full forensic vault where I strip away corporate hype to reveal the hard math behind every Singapore blue chip. Make the smart money move with the $9 month bundle, which is literally less than the cost of a Ya Kun Kaya Toast set, to trade with the same data as the pros and secure your edge while the data is fresh. Choose the level that suits you best. And now, let's jump straight into the hard math for today's video. So grab your kopi ogao, sit down, and let us get into the real meat of this Budget 2026 gift. We are currently navigating a market where the gap between making a calculated entry and becoming someone else's exit, liquidity is about 48 hours. While the rest of the world waits for the news to be digested and spat out by the mainstream media, we are going to look at the data while the market structure is still evolving. This is not just about a few extra dollars in your account. It is about understanding how the state is positioning itself for the next decade. The very first thing we have to do before we even think about the money is to pass through the forensic filters. I call this the invisible exclusion list, because before you see a single cent, the government is running your profile through 3 primary gates: citizenship, age, and the most brutal one of all, asset valuation. For my friends watching from Woodlands and Sembawang, most of you sitting in your HDB flats are going to breeze through the $21,000 annual value baseline without a single worry. But there is a very specific group of people who are about to get a very rude awakening when they check their CPF portals. The government has set the hard ceiling for this top-up at an annual value of $31,000 for your home. Now, let me take a second here for a quick teacher moment, because I know some of you hear the term annual value and your eyes start to glaze over like a piece of honey glazed char siu. Think of the annual value, or AV, as a ghost tenant that lives in your house. Even if you are living in the house yourself and not collecting a single cent of rent, the government calculates how much rent you could theoretically collect if you moved out today. Imagine you have a beautiful vintage car sitting in your garage. You do not drive it to earn money, but because the car is worth a lot and someone would pay a high price to rent it for a wedding, the state considers that potential rental income as part of your wealth. In 2026, this $31,000 AV is the hard border, the Great Wall of China for your subsidies. If the rental market in your area has gone up, even if your actual bank account is looking a bit thin, the state assumes you are asset rich and therefore you do not need their help. It is a proxy for wealth that ignores your actual daily cash flow. And for those who upgraded to a modest private studio or an older terrace house decades ago, this filter is going to disqualify you forensically, even if you are struggling just as much as the next person. Now, let us get into the actual numbers of the top up itself. We are looking at a tiered system that goes from $500 up to $1,500 for a gig worker or someone with less than $60,000 in their retirement savings. That full 1,000 shares represents a 2.5% boost to their retirement floor, which sounds fantastic on paper. But here is where we have to look at the liquidity versus yield trade-off. This money is not going into your pocket to help you buy extra abalone for your reunion dinner. It is being funneled directly into your special account or your retirement account. When the government moves money into these accounts, they are performing what I call a liquidity lock. This is money that is effectively dead to you in the present tense. You cannot use it to pay down that mortgage on your place in Bedok, and you certainly cannot use it to cover the rising costs of your daily kopi. It is dead capital that only resurrects as a monthly payout when you finally hit 65 years old. To my regulars in Jurong and Bukit Batok, you need to understand that this is the state buying a long-dated liability from you. Let us look at the math of the yield, because this is where it gets interesting for the Elite 170. Right now, in February 2026, the 6-month T-bills are yielding a measly 1.35%, and our Singapore savings bonds are struggling to stay above 2.2%. By putting this money into your SA or RA at a guaranteed 4%, the state is essentially giving you institutional alpha. They are giving you a rate that you simply cannot find in any other safe haven asset in this current market environment. But the price you pay for that alpha is exactly zero liquidity. Let's run a what-if scenario here for the data nerds. Scenario A is the optimistic view where the 4% interest rate remains stable and compounds over the next 10 years. If you are 55 now, that $1,500 grows by about 48% by the time you start your payouts. But let us look at scenario B, where inflation stays sticky at 3.5%. In that case, your real return is barely 0.5%. And your purchasing power has stayed flat while your money was locked in a vault you couldn't touch. This is why we have to be so careful about celebrating these top-ups as a solution to retirement. This brings me to why we use tools like Investing Pro. In a world where the government is shifting the goalposts on what constitutes wealth and how your retirement funds are managed, you cannot afford to manage your portfolio based on gut feelings or what the uncle at the hawker center tells you. The math has to beat the emotions every single time. When I look at a bank stock or a REIT, I am looking at the net interest margin and the CET1 ratios or the gearing and rent reversion. You need to have that same forensic mindset for your own life. Using a tool like Investing Pro allows you to see the forward PE and the fair value of the companies you are betting your future on, rather than just hoping the STI stays at 5,000. If you want to join the Elite 170 in using these institutional grade data sets, you can use the code INVESTINGIGUANA to get that edge. We are looking for the hard math behind every blue chip, because at the end of the day, a government top-up is a bonus, but a well-constructed portfolio is a fortress. You see, the reason the government is doing this now in 2026 is actually a preparation for the 2028 CPF life cycle portfolio rollout. This is the forensic answer that most people are missing. The state is slowly moving away from being the sole guarantor of your golden years. They are preparing to introduce advice-embedded commercial products where you might have to take on more market risk. By boosting the balances of the lower income members today, they are effectively fattening the sheep before the 2028 privatization phase. They want everyone to have a slightly higher starting point before they change the rules of the game again. For those of you watching from Tampines and Pasir Ris who have already been diligent and hit your full retirement sum or your enhanced retirement sum, this budget 2026 top-up is essentially a non-event. If you are already above the $110,200 basic retirement sum threshold, you are likely receiving exactly $0 from this specific scheme. This confirms our primary thesis that the state is designed to provide a floor for those who fail to save, but it often ignores those who have already built their own iron bastion. This is why your sleep at night score or your SAN score is so critical. For the newcomers, remember the formula. Your SAN score is your passive income divided by your fixed expenses multiplied by your concentration buffer. If you are born in 1976 and you are sitting there counting on this $1,500 to be the silver bullet for your retirement, I have to tell you plainly that your math is broken. This top-up is a patch. It is not a pivot. it is a cold comfort for a gig worker with zero liquidity who is struggling with the cost of living today. As we move further into this year of the fire horse, the market is going to reward the decisive auditor, not the person waiting for a red packet from the Ministry of Finance. You need to audit your own accounts and mathematically optimize your special account contributions to capture that compounding spread while you still can. Do not rely on the annual value of your home to qualify for success. Build a fortress that is independent of state-defined filters. To my friends in the retirement red zone, those of you aged 50 and above, this is the time to be most vigilant. When the market hits these psychological highs like STI 5,000, the temptation to relax and just let the government take care of things is at its peak. But remember, the fire horse is about speed and energy, and it can just as easily gallop away from you if you are not holding the reins. You want your success to be as steady as a horse's gait and your gains to be as swift as its gallop. Before I sign off and let you get back to your CNY celebrations, I want to leave you with a final thought on the bottom line. This Budget 2026 top-up is a clear signal that the government wants to move capital into long-term, low liquidity buckets. If that fits your strategy, great. But if you need liquidity to navigate the volatility of the next 2 years, you need to be looking at your own private portfolio and your own cash flow management. Do not let a $1,500 headline distract you from a $150,000 gap in your retirement planning. I wish all of you, and especially my Elite 170 members, a year of boundless energy and strategic success. May your investments be sound, your audits be forensic, and your CN score be through the roof. Ma Dao Cheng Gong! May success arrive immediately with the horse. Enjoy the festivities, eat well, but stay sharp. Please remember that this analysis is provided for educational and informational purposes only. The content represents general market observations and strategic frameworks. It does not contain specific target prices, buy or sell recommendations, or personalized financial advice. All investments carry inherent risks, including the potential loss of principal. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Iggy, the investing iguana, and associated creators accept no liability for financial outcomes resulting from the use of this information. You are strongly advised to conduct your own due diligence or consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Would you like me to break down the specific REITs that are most affected by these new 2026 property tax adjustments?